Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and this is going to be the rules for the Scottish Players Only Celtic series. Number 1, all foreign players must be sold or released. Obviously, that counts for the players that start at the club. We're getting rid of all non-Scottish players unless they have a dual nationality with Scottish nationality as one of them. Number 2, players with dual nationality can be used until they receive a cap for another nation. Self-explanatory, common sense. Number 3, youth caps do not count towards being eligible, only senior caps for national teams. That alludes to the second rule. Obviously, some youth players are going to be picking up caps for different youth teams. However, if they do have Scottish nationality and they don't have a senior cap for that national team, they are eligible to play and they are considered Scottish only, even though they are a dual national. Number 4, manager may not be added in order to get Scottish national team job. Obviously, I'm going to try and become the Scotland manager. And in regards to doing so, I'm not going to be able to add a manager to create a vacancy for the Scotland national team. So we need to get that by pure means. So basically, the manager needs to be sacked or retire or step down, and then we apply and become manager that way. Now, we have the goals. Goals of the series are pretty normal. Obviously, want to win the Scottish Professional Football League, the Scottish Premiership, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm assuming that is a given for Celtic. We also need to win the Scottish Cup and the Scottish League Cup. Both of those tournaments, I think, are very achievable for Celtic, even under these challenge rules. The next one, however, much more difficult, and that is to win the UEFA Champions League. Obviously, the biggest, realistically, the biggest prize in club competition, Champions League. You know, Celtic, they have a pretty unique history with European competition. We want to further that and not just be a group stage competitor for the duration of the series. The next 3 goals here on the list all pertain to the national team. The first of which, getting the Scottish national team job. That is a goal in itself. Going to be relatively difficult, at least until a few seasons into the game. The next one is to win the European Championship with the Scottish national team. And finally, the last goal, the biggest goal you could probably imagine, is to win the World Cup with the Scotland national team. Obviously, we can add a few stipulations onto that after we achieve that goal, or if we achieve that goal. Anyways, let's get into the episode. Welcome to episode 6 of the Celtic Scottish Players Only series. On today's episode, I'm going to be doing a double header. The first game against Ross County in the Scottish Communities League Cup semi-final. Going to be played at Hampden Park. And then we're also going to be taking on GALATASARAY in the Champions League at home, Celtic Park. Hopefully, it will be a successful European night again at Celtic Park. Now, in the last episode, we managed to pick up a 2-2 draw against PSG, which we probably should have won. Anyway, if we have a quick look at the league table here, we are in first place. However, I would say our form's dropped off a little bit. Our undefeated run it did come to an end. And as you can see, Rangers are in second there, just 1 point behind us. So the pressure is on. Rangers are doing pretty well, alongside us. But yeah, we'll get into the recent fixtures. Of course, the last episode was PSG and St. Johnstone. We then managed to absolutely destroy today's opponents, Ross County. We beat them 8-2 in the league. O'Donnell, Lee Griffiths with a hat-trick, Sutar, Ryan Christie with a brace, and then Liam Henderson also on the score sheet. We followed that up with a 1-0 away loss against Galatasaray, of course, one of today's opponents. They beat us 1-0 through a Ryan Babel goal in the 19th minute. We then actually lost our first premiership game that we actually lost, and that was to Motherwell 2-1. We opened the scoring through Greg Taylor. However, they got 2 goals. And as you can see, a few bad performers. O'Donnell on a 6.1. Griffiths and Christie, 6.4, 6.5. Didn't have the greatest games, and we lost that one. And the most recent game just played was a 4-0 victory over St. Mirren. Barry Douglas with 2 goals, Henderson and Griffiths again on the score sheet there. So, since the last episode, we've won 2 and we've lost 2, albeit one of those was in the Champions League. So, it's still going really well, but, there's signs that we might struggle a little bit in regards to pushing on. Anyway, I'm expecting big things from this semi-final. I want to, obviously, you've seen the goals at the start of these episodes. It's worth mentioning that those goals, or the intro, the 3-minute intro, after this first season, it's going to be much shorter. I just wanted to basically let it be known what the goals and the rules of the series are. But it's probably going to be cut down to about maybe 15 to 20 seconds at the start of each episode after this first season. Anyway, today's starting lineup going to be Bain in goals, Suter, Hendry, and McKenna will be the 3 centre backs. We've got Douglas as the left wing back, Forrest as the right wing back, midfield trio of Armstrong, McGregor, and Henderson, and then up front we're going to stick with Griffiths and Christie. The bench today is going to be Gordon, Murray, an injured O'Donnell, he can actually play in this game, but he is injured. We then got Scott Brown, Ferguson, and Mallon. And then finally Johnston rounds off the bench. All right, they're playing a 4-4-2. I think we can beat them. Obviously, we absolutely smashed them in the league, so I do kind of expect us to be able to beat them quite comfortably. We're not at home. It is at Hampton Park, like I said earlier. But we have been drawn as the home team, if that makes any sense. While there's nothing really going on, I just want to say thank you for all the support recently on these videos. And if you could give a like to this video, that would also be much appreciated. Alright, a corner swung in with no real conviction there. Henderson with a cross back out to Douglas. Christie with a decent shot, but straight at Ruddy, the goalkeeper. Obviously starting better of the two teams, which is great to see, but ooh, Christie's picked up an injury. Alright, we'll bring Johnston on, but that's a really bad injury for us to pick up. Christie's been in pretty good form recently. Ooh, Ross County are in behind. Irwin. That's a good save there by Bain. And luckily we do manage to get it away. That was a first actual attempt on goal. And it could have been a pretty successful one, considering it was their first shot and shot on target as well. Got a few bad performers. I mean, our midfield is pretty terrible. Now we've got James Forrest. O'Donnell. Forrest, yeah. I don't know what I was even looking at then. So, Forrest has picked up a knock. We'll bring Scott Brown on. Alright, we're coming forward. Suter coming out from the back. Nice ball up to Griffiths. Beats his man, but he can't beat the goalkeeper. Still 0-0. Douglas with the corner. Cleared away with relative ease. Again, we're not looking too deadly from corners. I feel like they're being cleared away very, very easily. And we do only have one more sub. I mean, to be honest, I kind of want to make it. Let's bring Ferguson on for McGregor, and then we'll put Armstrong into that roaming playmaker role. It actually was where he was playing in the last game against St. Mirren. And of course, we won that game 4-0, so hopefully that change in personnel and then change in player role might pay off for us here. We've got Scott Brown, nice cross, and we've got the opening goal. Johnston, his shot was saved by the keeper, but then who else? Lee Griffiths getting the rebound, putting it in the back of the net for his 26th goal of the season. Really great stuff. And of course, Brown. I mean, Brown's actually played really well in that right wing-back role, despite having non-existent pace, which is very, very interesting. He's also played really well in midfield as well when called upon. Ooh, Johnston probably should have got the second goal there. Bit of a weak header. I mean, Scott Brown's on a 6.5, but I mean, he was essentially the person that created the goal. I think that's a bit unfair. Alright, we're into stoppage time. There is going to be 5 minutes. Griffiths, there we go. We got the second goal. He's onside. Gets himself a brace, and we are 2-0 up. Like I said, in stoppage time. We are going to be heading to the Scottish League Cup final. Chance at our first piece of silverware for the series already, which is kind of expected. We are Celtic. So I did, our expectations from the board all across is to basically win everything, except for the Champions League, of course. So the fact, we're in the final. I'm not sure who we'll actually be versing. I didn't check the other semi-final. I think it'd be pretty cool if it was Rangers. It's another Old Firm derby. Ooh, Ross County, Mackay. Alright, it's a good save there by Bain again. Still another highlight. Armstrong out to Douglas. Ferguson gets tackled pretty easily. He plays it up to Irwin. Another chance for him, and this time he skews his shot wide. Pretty unlucky for Ross County. I mean, Irwin, their strikers, he's had a few decent chances. Anyway, Scott Brown with a long throw. I mean, it clears everybody, basically. And now Irwin for Ross County coming forward. But that's a pretty good foul by Henderson. Stopping that play, and that'll essentially see the game out as well. There we go, full time. 2-0 victory in the League Cup semi-final. And we are going to the final, boys. Perfect. Really good performance. Ooh, Christie is going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. And Forrest is only going to be out for 1 day. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright. What I'm going to do now, skip forward the 3 days or 2 days, and we'll get into the Galatasaray lineup. Alright, so let's get into the lineup against Galatasaray. We've made a few changes. We've got a lot of tied players out there, actually. Griffiths, 85%. Hendry, 85%. McKenna, 87%. Sutar's dropped to the bench. He's on 84%. And as you can see, he needs a rest. So, a little bit changed. We're going to start with Bain in goals, as you'd expect. Kerr comes in as the right centre-back. And then obviously Hendry and McKenna are going to stay there. We brought Taylor back in as the left wing-back. O'Donnell back in as the right wing-back. In midfield, we're going to go with Henderson. I moved Armstrong back into the roaming playmaker. And then obviously Scott Brown coming into the left centre mid role. Up front, we're going to stick with Griffiths and obviously Johnston due to the injury that Christie sustained in the last game. But yeah, let's go ahead. That's the starting lineup. I mean, looking at Galatasaray, the Ghoulies pretty good. Lamina and Zonzi's, Babel as well. Nagatomo. They got a very good team. Goalkeeper Muslera. They got a really, really good team. Belhanda as well in centre midfield. Yeah, very, very, strong, solid team. And of course, they did actually beat us the last time, as I mentioned in the fixture review there. We're the home team, though. I'm expecting us to win. Celtic Park. I think we can beat them, and I think we might have the opening goal there. It's going to be ruled off for offside. Yeah, Scott McKenna. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, he was offside, to be fair. Now Galatasaray coming forward. Like I said, they've got a few danger men. Babel's probably one of them. Although we've defended well, we're coming forward through Henderson. Johnston now, one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, it's a good save, but Griffiths, he's on the ball, and he puts it in the back of the net. Again, picking up another rebound from Mikey Johnston. And we're 1-0 up in the first 11 minutes. Great start. Exactly what we needed. It was a pretty good save by Muslera. And I think like a strong result here today, and we might be in with a chance of qualifying for the Europa League by finishing third in the group, which would be good, I think, to play in the Europa League because, that's relatively weaker and more of a competition that we can probably win as opposed to trying to get through the Champions League at this point in the save or the series. In the future, we're definitely going to be... We'll be, pressing through the knockout stages of the Champions League. But it's going to take a few seasons to get there, I think. And Lamina probably should have scored there. Very bad shot by the midfielder. All right, Lamina again. Good tackle by Kerr, though. Very solid. Oh, Babel's in behind. He scored in the first game. Oh, what a save. Bain standing up big. Strong palm on the ball as well. Exactly what you want to see from your goalkeeper. All right. Scott Brown picking up a yellow card. Ease him off as we go into halftime with the lead. We are 1-0 up, so that's pretty perfect at this point. We got 9 shots, 5 on target to their 5 shots with 2 on target. So they're edging out possession, but we are definitely creating more chances. Now, it looks like, yeah, O'Donnell's picked up a knock as well. Of course, he's just been out injured. So we'll bring Forrest on. Forrest he's a winger. He's not a wing back. I know we're trying to retrain him in that position. But his defensive stats just aren't there. Anyway, Griffiths absolutely ripping up some players. Can't get the desired shot away. Kind of skewed it a little bit. I mean, it's still 1-0. This would be the reverse result when compared to that first game. All right, bit of lucky ricochet blocks in there. Forrest, oh, that's so disappointing because he, like I said, he's a winger and his stats are attacking. And in that position, you expect him to do better. Anyway, really good move there. And Greg Taylor getting our second goal of the game. Griffiths with the assist, a really nice, through ball there as well. And the left wing back getting himself on the score sheet. He does find himself on the score sheet quite a bit. Yeah, like I said, really nice through ball there. And a decent finish from Taylor. And that 2-goal cushion now is massive. Gives me a lot of confidence. They have actually brought on Falcao, but he's actually picked up a knock already. And they're actually going with a very attacking formation, 4-4-2, with the advanced wingers. But there we go. The 2-0 victory over Galatasaray. Really good stuff there. I'll have a look at the Champions League group in a second. Yeah, we also get 2.32 million, which is really good. I mean, a lot of our players actually need a rest. I might even rest them. I mean, Griffiths is so good, and I'm constantly praising him, that I'm overpraising him. I'm praising him too much. Alright, so let's have a look at the Champions League group. We do still have one more game to play. And at the moment, I haven't looked at the group ever, I think. We're in third. Tottenham are in fourth. The only game they have won was against us when they beat us 4-2. That's so interesting. So basically, we actually have a chance of going through to the knockouts. If we beat Tottenham and PSG beat Galatasaray, we will go through to the next round. That is crazy. So unexpected. I guess we'll be bringing you the Tottenham game in the next episode. That's massive. I didn't even realize, but what an interesting turn of events. And as you can see, we did actually draw Rangers. They beat, I think it was Motherwell in the other semi-final for the League Cup. So I think we'll do a single episode for... Oh, there's still 2 more games. Okay. Alright, that changes everything then. What we'll do is... What will we do? That's a good question. We'll definitely do the League Cup final. I think we'll do Livingston and then Rangers in the League Cup final. And then we'll do an episode straight after that in which we do the final group stage game against PSG. And then we'll do Rangers again in the Old Firm Derby, this time at Celtic Park. So I think that works out rather well. So I'll play a few games off camera here. We'll do the Tottenham game off camera and then come back with Livingston and Rangers and then PSG Rangers in the 8th episode of the series. So yeah, make sure you tune in for those, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.